last time you guys went to the carnival and very quickly decided, hey, this isn't our scene. Once you saw people like dying and being torn apart, and even though it was done for the sake of show, you guys were out of there. You ran into some performers examining a dead body, got into a little scuffle with them. One of them just reanimated after you killed them and shot off into the air. Don't know what's up with that, but they were on fire.
Yeah, no big deal.
You decided to take the quickest route out from the carnival, leading you further into Precinct 3 into Selesnya territory, where you encountered a large group of Selesnya troops kind of collecting people who were exiting from the carnival, and met with a guilt mage named Gidi. You met with her again the following morning, unfortunately, as you found out about a murder.
A murder most foul.
Professor Darda from Prism University had been murdered after you had spoken with him, and Gidi essentially said she doesn't think you're suspects, but didn't seem very welcoming to any help that you offered. You decided, not sure how to proceed with things, to visit Nivets, where you got into a bit of a shouting match with Marie. Frustrated that she didn't really know what to do, and feeling like there weren't any further steps. There might have been an explosion with something getting knocked off the table by one member of the party. And
Who? I'm fine.
Then you pre-ordered a scarf. And
yes,
that puts us on 10th Street, kind of in between Precinct 4 and Precinct 5.
Just Joey, I think that you were unfair in your synopsis. I think your synopses are usually very objective, and this time you're really trying to make us like Marie again. But I'm very mad with Marie. I think Marie is holding back.
Oh no, it was a shouting match on both sides, for sure.
And she was being the worst.
Yeah, she sucks. Fuck Marie.
That's what you should have said at the intro. Marie was being so mean, and
Marie was being a bitch.
Yes, Marie essentially had given up on you guys, and you guys were, for some reason, not okay with that. So
they seemed like they were interested enough. I don't know.
Guys, what if Erica killed Darda?
I wish Erica wasn't a human, because I really think I would like Erica.
Wow.
That was out of turn.
Was
Raven
it?
wouldn't laugh like that.
Okay, we're on 10th Street.
It's okay, I'll take
I just bought my new
Erica.
scarf.
And I just got like a shawl thing. But I have to wait 2 days. It's fine.
I'm gonna have to wait 2 days. Oh yeah, because you...
Special order.
Well,
Since we're close to the house, I think we should go home and think about what we're doing. We're on 10th Street.
10th Street is the promenade on the opposite end of Precinct 1 and Precinct 4. You're thinking of Transguild Promenade that runs right near the house. I mean, it's not too far. It wouldn't take more than like an hour to get home.
We're essentially like halfway between the two places.
I was
A
thinking,
little closer to home.
we could go sit somewhere and talk about things in a private spot.
Yeah, you had left Nivets in the opposite direction, chasing after something that Raven had seen, which led you onto 10th Street, where, looking around 10th Street, you had come across Erica.
should we go back to the university, maybe?
I mean, I think that that's the only place we can possibly think about, coming up with a little lead. But, I mean, that also might look a little guilty.
Well,
Like, never go back to the scene of a crime and all that.
well, we didn't commit a crime. Why would we be worried?
You let that lady, look in your brain.
She got all up in there, and she knows.
She was looking in your brain.
She could look in your brain. You didn't murder him, did you?
She didn't look in my brain. It was
Well,
you.
did
She
you murder
could.
him?
She could now, in the future, and see that you did nothing wrong.
I suppose.
I don't think we need to worry about Gigi.
Alright. Well, if you... I think it wouldn't hurt to go back to the university. Should we go now? What time is it? Okay.
It was late afternoon. By this point, you guys had, in the morning, also made a stop by Alger's shop before heading to Nivets.
Okay.
So,
Well, we could go now.
We could go see
We would
Brindle.
probably be out a little late. What did you say?
We could go see Brindle.
I'm just like...
Pringle.
literally remember the conversation about this name, but I do not remember who they are at all.
The only other person we met at the university, he's a professor.
He was having the
Translation.
lecture kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think we should go there, but if there's any kind of, security lockdown, do you think we should stay away?
If we're told to leave, I mean...
Okay. I just think we should be wary. Because we don't know how investigations in the law works here. It seems very different.
Well, everyone is a cop, so we can be cops.
That's true, yes. We can make our own guild of freelance cops.
I think all of this whole situation is just competing factions of cops.
Who gets to be the real cops? Who gets to be the top dog?
I don't think there's an organized system of law because every single person is a cop.
Everyone's a narc.
Ravnica, World of Narcs. That's the name of our campaign.
The Narc Guild.
None of them can be called the Narc Guild because they're all narcs except for the Rakdos.
Okay, let's go to the university
Okay.
before it gets too late. Sound good, Raven?
I suppose.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Making your way onto the lower streets of Precinct 5 and then kind of on to the outer border of the chasm that had been identified to you as Zonot 7, you come to the university building. I guess I didn't describe the entrance to you last time because you had come in from the library, but it's a grand hall and there are stairs that lead up, each to a different floor. And from those floors, the stairwells that you took to traverse. So you had entered at the 4th floor and gone up to the 5th floor, I believe, on your last visit.
Okay.
And all the stairwells are moving.
Mm-hmm.
They are not moving.
Like
There's like
Hogwarts.
ghosts around.
It is not Hogwarts.
Pictures are moving.
Essentially, the rest of the university is recessed back from this grand entry hall, so it looks like a path that just stretches out in front of you, almost like it's leading to a hunchbacked part of the building, if you want to think of it that way, where it just recesses deeper on the higher floors.
Okay.
What are we hoping to learn here?
I think we should talk to Brindle.
Yeah, let's go to the university and just see if anyone knows what happened.
But specifically Brindle because he trusts us and knows us. Or he at least knows us.
Yes, he at least knows us.
And we wouldn't seem as creepy coming and talking to him.
Because you had Darda's favor, do you think that you should kind of take the lead?
I might have gotten Darda killed.
I don't know. No one knows that.
I worry because, I mean, we were the last people to see him alive and we
I think
ask some questions.
the common denominator is that's where all, planeswalkers are potentially. It's not you, it's us.
I didn't want to talk to that guy.
See,
If we can find him, we'll just see what happens.
let's go to his office.
Okay.
So there are 5 sets of stairs, very clearly leading up to 5 different floors. Which floor are you going to?
The one where Brindle's office is.
5th floor.
So you come to the 5th floor, the long hallway, brass plaques on the doors, and looking at them, you do eventually find one that says Brindle Love.
Do I see any sign of activity from investigators of any kind as we're going up there?
You saw no people in Azurius Regalia during your time either in the Grand Hall or on this floor. There's actually no one in this hallway.
Okay.
Most of the doors are closed, including the one to Darda's office.
Okay, so are we knocking on Brindle's door?
I knock.
As you go to knock, I just go and try, she reaches up to do that, and I want to just open it.
Okay, so you open the door and see Brindle sitting at a small desk inside, papers stacked high in 7 different piles on the desk. A shelf behind him has books, mostly at odd angles or stacked on top of one another. It looks very messy in here, and as soon as you open the door, he looks up from a book he was writing into. Oh god, oh god. And he kind of like backs up and falls back out of his chair. A loud crash. One of the bookshelves kind of like shakes for a moment, but manages to stay sturdy against the wall.
Raven,
Well, that was extremely unnecessary.
that was extremely unnecessary.
I opened the door. Were we trying
Please
to
don't kill me.
enter
Please don't
or
kill me.
no?
Please don't.
Please stop yelling.
Oh, we aren't here
Why
to hurt
do
you.
you think we're going to kill you? That's an odd reaction.
Yesterday, you Darda.
That wasn't us.
You
though.
think we killed Darda?
No.
Insight check? I mean, do I believe him? Oh boy, oh
You could
boy,
literally roll a natural 1 and he would be like, he doesn't
13.
believe you.
You do not believe him.
He thinks that we murdered Darda.
That is the impression you get.
Okay, cool.
Why? I literally do not care enough to harm anyone in this whole world.
That's a lie. Quit lying.
There's blood on your sword.
Without them coming at me first.
We just don't want to hurt anyone at the university, mostly.
Unless they come at me first.
I won't come at you.
Could you speak regularly?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, Brindle, we had nothing to do with his death.
I'm calm.
Maybe he would feel better if you two put
Sure.
down your weapons.
I'm not holding a weapon.
I'm not going to do
My
that.
hands are empty. What are you talking
You're
about?
not holding a weapon, but you're armed, right? You have
Yeah.
weapons, right?
I'm not gonna just put my sword in the hallway.
You can put it down on the ground.
Alright.
I'm just saying we should do like a peace offering, and I can't
I-
lay down my
I
arms.
put my sword on the ground. Raven?
I just glare at you.
Raven, you know what you're talking about? How sometimes it's okay to fight, and sometimes it's better not to.
No, we have not talked about that.
It's been heavily implied in most of our character interactions. Raven, please, just for a moment.
Or what?
It's a peace offering.
No.
Okay.
But just believe us, we're not here to hurt you.
Then why are you here?
To ask you some questions because we want to know who killed Darda.
We were hoping to work with him, and someone offed him right after we talked to him.
He was probably our best chance of not being stuck here.
I don't know anything. I finished talking to you guys, and then I went home.
Do I believe his story?
Roll an insight check.
Insight. 6.
He seems too panicky to really get a read off of him.
Did he have enemies?
No, he was a good teacher. All of his students loved him. Colleagues respected him. I mean, he'd been here longer than almost anyone else. He was only like a year away from retirement.
Which is why it is so strange that when we came here, he suddenly turned up dead. Do you know of anyone who is opposed to plane shifty types?
I know it's a lot of the revolts are about that. There's a lot of news about who's to blame for the war. But I have no problem with anyone of any type.
But we,
Who's revolting against whom?
The Gruul revolts have increased in number over recent months. It's one of the reasons I do my best to stay inside and keep out of everyone else's business so much.
Was anyone reported in the school besides us that wasn't supposed to be here, or is it normally here?
The school's open to anyone looking to learn. People come and go all the time. The only other kind of conflicts we've seen have been guild disputes, but none of the... Darda wasn't part of any of the guilds. He never really got too involved with any of that.
what about this mage that he at Narset? We were mostly asking him about Narset.
I don't know.
Can I look out in the hallway and see if anybody is watching us?
So as you duck out, you see some of the other doors that had been closed before are now open, but no one else is in the hallway.
They duck back in.
Do you think we should look around Darda's room?
I think we should leave Brindle alone no matter what.
I think that's a good idea.
I agree.
Hey, if somebody tries to kill you, can you let us know about that?
Why would I haven't done anything.
It might be us. Somebody might be like trailing us and killing people we talk to. We don't really know. So
I have to go.
This poor guy.
Wait, does he leave his office?
He like, stands up and tries to move past. Oh God, that's your sword. And he like dodges around.
Don't
trying
step
not
on
to
our
step
sword.
on the sword.
No, we'll leave. Thank you for your time, Professor.
Me too. And
Okay.
he closes the. You guys step out and he closes the door and like fumbles with the keys.
just be careful.
I grabbed my sword, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful. You never know. Someone might try to kill you. So
He tucks his key in his pocket and makes his way for the stairs at a brisk walk.
Hey, just so we're all on the same page, am I the best talker out of the group generally?
say we're all pretty even.
I thought that you would be the best talker to him because you talked to him
ooh.
yesterday.
I feel like I did a very bad job.
Yeah, well, we can work on it.
Well, your talking maybe got him killed. So
Oh.
say we're all pretty equal. But I'm
Oh.
gonna walk over to the door and see, is it open? Will it open? Or is it locked?
The door to Brindle's office.
No, to Darda's office.
I am curious if Brindle successfully
Yeah,
locked
did he
his
Before I go, I just
successfully
want,
lock
we'll
the door?
just...
Brindle's door is locked, as is Darda's.
Oh,
Stab
do
it!
any of us have lockpicks?
I don't think breaking into the office of someone who just died is a great image.
How are we supposed to figure out what happened?
Another way.
I chose other spells. I regret it.
Yeah, why
Can I
didn't
use
someone
my
play
sword
as
as
a
a
rogue?
lockpick and try and
boy.
pry the door open?
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Oh, no.
I said it.
I said that in character.
Dirty 20.
Let me check.
It's the dirtiest 20 of all time.
What, he's dead, he doesn't care, I say as I'm trying to pry the door open.
No!
I stepped 3 paces back.
Harlan, roll a d20 for me.
Why?
What did you do? 3.
Okay, cool. So, with a loud creaking of the wood, and then there's just a loud popping noise, the door comes open. The door handle now swinging loosely in place.
I kind of go, good job, Raven. Walk in.
Oh,
This is so bad.
Oh, no.
This is so bad.
Oh.
But
I
I'm
wanna
gonna take
walk
an
around,
opportunity
look
to
around.
walk in.
So,
I'm standing out in the hallway just like, oh,
you
what's
step
happening?
in, and the filing cabinet is kind of turned at this weird angle away from the wall, leaving the path between it and the desk a little bit more narrow. The shelves behind the desk, the books are kind of in disarray, pushed all back onto the shelves. Many of them, again, stacked on top of one another just to make them all fit.
Seeing Harlan still out in the hallway. Good idea. Keep watch. Other than the very obvious things, can I look around the room and see if I can find any signs of like the murder taking place, blood
Sure.
droplets?
You can give me an investigation check. What are you, before that roll though, what are the two of you doing?
I want to investigate behind the turned cabinet. See if there's something behind it.
Okay, give me an investigation check. Are you staying in the hall?
Yeah, I'm
or-
gonna keep watch.
Okay.
8.
Just like as meta talk, didn't Darda, he like bumped against his filing cabinet coming out to talk to us when we first met him. Is it in the same place it was?
It's in the same place it was last time you saw it.
Okay.
14.
Okay. First, Remora. All you notice, really looking at the filing cabinet, is there's this dent on the side that is the same side as the desk. So, I mean, not a light impact, but it's not like destroyed or anything.
He bumps it a lot.
And Raven, as you look around the room, you find that all of the scroll tubes that are kind of like leaned in between the wall and the bookshelf. Most of them have maps in them. You just peek inside. One of them is entirely dark inside. There's some kind of, if there's almost like felt material in there, just makes it very different from the rest of them. That sticks out to you as a little bit odd. And looking at the books, they are definitely in a different place than they were yesterday, but they all, to your recollection, seem to be there. I mean, you didn't really look at the books much, but it looks like approximately the same number at least. So you expect that maybe they're just moved as a part of the investigation.
Can I open up that scroll too?
Yeah. A large, what looks like black scroll comes out.
Open her up.
Spooky.
You open it up and lay it across the table, I guess.
Yeah.
I come over and take a look too.
And suddenly it becomes strict and tight around the table, and you can feel air like shift immediately, and you see inside this black surface you've just laid out a large keg.
I'm gonna reach in and.
Do I know what that is?
I mean, you've seen barrels before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach in and touch it.
Seems to be made of wood.
Can I
Take
pick
it out.
Was it heavy?
Well, the issue is you're touching the top of it. It's actually recessed down several feet, and it's a pretty big barrel. You can give me an athletics check if you want to try to lift it out.
If you're noticeably struggling, I would reach down and help.
Okay, so make the check with
Yeah.
advantage.
Athletics.
Mhm.
Well, you can roll if you want. You're probably better.
No, you're the one that reached for it.
Okay. 19.
Okay. You reach and pull, and it's heavy. It's clearly full of something, and you lift it out and poof, just onto the ground next to the desk. You're kind of held between the desk, the wall, and the bookshelf, and this new barrel just kind of trapped yourself in. But there's also just this odd barrel.
I'm gonna briefly cast light on just like my hand and just like reach in and see how
It
far.
glows. It seems to be about 8 feet deep, but I mean, it's big. Like the corners of it are still up against the wall, but fully unfurled, it's probably about 8 feet in diameter as
Okay.
well.
Alright, I cut the spell. Do you want to look at the barrel?
Yeah. Also, this thing.
Oh, no, my apologies. It's 10 feet deep, so it was extra hard to reach that barrel, but
Okay.
and about 6 feet in diameter.
Okay.
This thing is really neat. Do we want to keep it?
I was thinking we should. Can we try to roll it back up?
It rolls back up easily.
Okay. I put
How
it-
big is the tube?
The tube itself, like this, was just fit into it, so it's 6 feet. So like, there's a big tube roll that you'd have to wear like across your back or whatever. But I mean, it's light and it's only maybe 3 or 4 inches in diameter. So
Do you want to carry
Yeah,
it?
I'll carry it.
All right, then I'll go over and
Whoa.
tap tap
So
tap
we got-
tap on the barrel.
yeah, it's full of something.
I'll use my sword and try and poke a hole in it.
Oh my god.
This black like dust starts pouring out of it.
I'll put my hand over to stop it.
It stops.
What do you think this is? Like ash or?
Can I take a closer look at it? See if I can figure it out.
Yeah, give me a.
Why are you
I'll
laughing?
call it a nature or investigation check, whichever you prefer.
See, it would be so different if
neither.
Harlan wasn't it?
Make that a 10 investigation.
Okay. So looking at it, it's ash.
I think this is like dead people.
I wasn't gonna say that, but
It might be like his grandma or something. Harrison. They're dead.
okay.
What?
We found some.
We
ash.
found some dead people in a barrel.
You found dead people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
It's like that's for
The,
sure
the
what
barrel
this
is
is,
fairly
right?
full, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
It's like a lot of dead people.
Yeah, it's not one dead person. It's a lot of dead people.
What?
Do you want to come
go
in here?
I go in. And I'm
You
walking-
see Raven, one hand up against the barrel, a pile of black is just at her feet, probably like spattered about from where it made contact with her hand as she was plugging the hole. Raven's entire arm and bits of her face.
And Ramora's like stealing something, like putting it over her shoulder.
I'm gonna like kneel down on the ground and like touch the ash like in between my fingers and see if I can ascertain any more of its properties. Does it look like a magical thing?
Make an
to me?
Arcana check.
Nat 1. That's a total of 6.
It does not seem magical to you.
Okay. Harlan is going to take some time, and they are going to attempt to cast Mending on the ash. And just as like a visual, I think what they do is they hold their little like rock, and I think they use it sort of like they make like mime needle motions in the air, like they're doing like little stitches with that little blue light that comes out.
Well, that's fucking adorable.
And it takes a minute, and
It
nothing
is.
happens.
Nothing happens.
Yeah. I promise it's a spell. I do it sometimes, and it works sometimes on some things.
Right, so clearly we can't spend too long here. looking
That
at
was
this.
a full minute of my life I'll never get back.
How about we put it back in the hole and take it with us for later?
Oh,
It's just gonna all spill out, you know, because I
And
No,
Can you cast Mending on the barrel?
will someone keep watch? Because we'll be in here for quite a while.
You keep watch. I'll get it in the hole. You fix it.
I'll fix
Alright,
it.
go out there.
get it in the hole. Alright, I just drop it and walk out.
Okay, you
I put my
move your
hand on.
hand and immediately
Put my hand on.
Katie, this
the
is
room is a
important.
mess at this point.
Wait, I turned the barrel on its side.
Okay.
This is very important.
What's your intelligent modifier?
It's so that the ash doesn't spill out. Oh, this is very important. Was get it in the hole, LOL, in character or out of character? Okay, so I'm going to try to get as much of the ash as I can back into the hole and then cast Mending on it again using the same, like, cute, stitchy thing.
Okay. I mean, it's just from where a blade had like cut through a little bit of it, so it's difficult to like try to funnel it back into this hole.
I mean,
Give me
make a bigger hole.
Give me
I
an
want it
ash
to
hole
be
check.
dexterity based. So let's call it sleight of hand, sure.
Good, very good. Oh, very good, very good.
You sure?
6.
Oh god.
Okay. You kind of just now everything is covered in ash. Like before, Harlan wasn't like too covered in ash, but now you're essentially just like putting it on top and trying to maneuver it. And unfortunately, after much trying, it more so coats a lot of the barrel. But some probably went back in.
Do you guys know that scene in Harry Potter where Seamus Finnegan is like covered in ash?
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
you look like right
Yeah,
now.
I look up at Remora like that and I say, "You don't happen to know prestidigitation, do you?"
I know thaumaturgy.
Can I clean myself? Can I clean things? Can I make this room not as dirty using mechanical means, using my physical body?
Can I make a gust of wind with my thaumaturgy?
Oh my god, no.
Oh my god, you're making it
Oh my
worse.
god, no.
You said it, you have to do it.
Yeah.
I was asking if I could. I'm thinking about it.
Do you?
While this mess is
What?
going on, can
Not
I just
yet.
do like
I'm
a
rolling
scan
the
of-
barrel
up
into
and down
my
the
hole.
hallway and see if anyone's watching specifically, if I notice any more figures?
As you walk up and down the hallway, as I said earlier, you
There's
noticed,
my
had
catchphrase.
noticed that a
I
lot
found
of the
it.
doors were open. Walking up and down the hallway, you notice no one is in any of the offices that are open.
Yeah, that's weird. I think we should go.
I think we should clean up the office.
Oh, how?
I'm-
I mean, I can create water and we can just kind of like wash it in some way.
Can I just like take off one of my sashes and just like wipe everything up? And just like sweep it into the hole?
Boy.
You can try.
I want it to make it look like we haven't been in here.
I mean,
If I can.
there's ash everywhere.
Could I fix it a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Is that a roll or is that I fix it? a
So
little?
so on this one, I would allow either dexterity or intelligence because part of it is just like controlling everything and being meticulous about it. So either dexterity or intelligence, which I believe for you means intelligence.
Just a straight up intelligence
Yep.
check. 14.
Okay. You do a pretty good job. I mean, things definitely look a little bit dirtier than they were when you came in, but it's no longer like caked over with ash or big streaks across anything.
I'm just going to
But
use.
it takes several minutes.
I'm going to use
and a lot of
thaumaturgy
elbow
and
grease.
just kind of like try to blow ash on the floor, under desks, under cabinets, just out of the way.
Okay. It definitely displaces larger chunks where it kind of caked in.
Now that I have gotten so intimately involved with this ash and touched it and smelled it and tasted it,
Oh gosh.
does it seem like it's made of human bodies? Would I know?
Give me a
Don't even worry about it.
nature or investigation.
Natural one.
That die is too big for my
Unfortunate-
dice jail, but I really feel
This
like
die's
it
going
needs to take
to
a little
prison.
trip.
It's going to
Unfortunately,
dice hell.
ash is not a focus of any of your study, nor is fire really. Not any kind of fire wizard, but
You guys is like almost done because
Maybe we should go.
Did a very good job knocking there. Like,
Yeah.
really, like, top form. You should do that more often.
I didn't think that was you.
I know I learned it.
It was really polite.
Well, I mean, I came in at the same time.
But, I mean, it's better than just barging.
Okay.
Yeah, good
I don't care to listen to you.
I walk past you and pat you on the shoulder with my ashy hand.
Don't
like,
touch
well
me.
done. And then I head towards where we came from.
Wait, yeah, I'll turn and grab your hand.
wait, are you leaving the barrel then?
No,
Yeah, because you still
I
haven't
rolled the
casted
barrel into
mending.
the hole. And
They
yeah,
haven't
I'll take
casted
the
mending
hole.
on it yet.
I'll roll the
I
hole
did.
up
Oh,
and put it
okay.
up in my
You
bag.
did?
Didn't
You
I?
didn't say you did.
I thought we were trying
You
to
started
fix it.
cleaning.
We were trying to put everything in it. And
You
then we
started
were gonna cast
cleaning, and you kept trying to get things in, and then it became about cleaning.
And then you cleaned and you never casted mending.
I mean, if it's in the fucking hole, I don't give a shit.
Oh.
Also, hey,
I thought you fixed it.
as soon as we cross the threshold and Remora is still holding that tube, I'm like,
What?
we're not taking that.
We absolutely are taking
Come
it.
on. It's
No.
so cool. Let me have this, please.
Remora,
I'm with the blue one on this.
Remora, our whole thing going here, our whole thing was we are not guilty of any crimes.
But what if this
He's dead, he
ash
doesn't
is
need it.
something related to his death?
It is theft. And if we steal evidence
He's dead, he
related to
doesn't
his death,
need it. It's not really his anymore because he doesn't really exist. So it's more of like community, like it's waiting to be
You
taken.
have a point. I wouldn't want the guild mage to have a reason to look at me funny.
yeah, she already looks at everyone a little funny, don't you think?
Yeah, you're right. And it's gonna be a mess in this hole because we didn't fix it. So
And if I allow you to take
I'll put it back.
I pick it up and put it on my shoulder.
Raven, I know they don't have laws where you come from, but this is insane.
It's
Okay.
really
Well, the
like
guilt
I've never
is-
seen anything like
the
this.
guilt
so.
is literally off my shoulders. So have at it.
Is there still ash anywhere?
There's ash in the hole.
All right. If there's ash in the room, I'll use my finger. Oops.
Oh my.
There's like it's like writing on a
Dirty car, yeah.
like it's not caked on, but it's enough to where the outline of where your finger was definitely if anyone's looking for.
And
it,
I
will
will-
stand out.
And then leave.
Okay.
Hey, they're the one who stole it.
This is an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
You worry about all the wrong things. You throw yourself into situations in which you'll die, but you can't take something that doesn't belong to anyone.
I took nothing. I have no guilt.
We have a saying back home: finders keepers. Let's go.
Oh my god.
I don't want to go to your home.
Where are we headed?
What time is it?
Peeking out a nearby window, sun's setting, so
I don't think we're gonna find anything else.
evening's
here.
upon you.
Can we make sure that Brindle got out of here okay and wasn't...
No
Well,
one's in any of these
I mean,
offices.
we can keep an out
This
for him
is
as we
completely
leave.
empty.
We don't know where he went.
No one's here.
No one's here. This floor is completely empty.
Could we see if we could try to find someone who was here when daughter was, you know...
I don't.
We
think-
don't even know what
I don't
time.
think we should start asking questions while we're carrying his property.
I agree.
He is dead. There is no he to own property anymore.
Let's go home. Maybe inspiration will strike us overnight.
So you're going to go back down the stairs to the main hall.
Basically the way we came in.
Okay, cool. As you do so, you notice silence.
Oh no.
There's no one in the ground.
Oh,
hall.
no.
When you came in, but an hour ago, there were people coming and going. There's no one here.
This is
now.
Can I try and, like, is there any way I can see, like, maybe where people have gone, or like any sign of any kind of struggle?
So the only exits you see from the hall are to the various floors and the large entryway.
I don't see like hurried footprints
No,
or
the few shelves that stand near the entryway, the reception desk, everything seems as it was when you first came through.
we've only been gone, what, half hour?
A little bit more. It was a long cleanup.
An hour?
Yeah.
Where did everyone go?
I think we should leave.
Maybe the university's closed. It's fine. We'll just leave.
People were walking in like they were going places.
Let's go. Let's not worry about it. Let's get out of here.
What if somebody else gets killed?
Are you suggesting we stay here?
I think we could figure out what's going on.
If there's no one else here, there's no one to catch us. And we're not illegal, just hanging out.
What if people are in trouble? What if whoever killed Darda came back?
We have committed a crime since we've been here.
She has.
Hmm.
And I don't really
She broke open the door. She
feel
broke
like
open the barrel.
I did anything
She
wrong.
took the barrel.
You have a very strong point.
I do. I did nothing illegal.
True. Let's have a peek around, just to see.
Mm-hmm.
What if there's someone here that's up to no good?
That is literally what I just said, but sure, Harvey.
Hey, have your birds kind of like take a perch and look around.
Oh,
Would you
Harvard,
like him
yes.
to watch the door?
No, just keeping an eye out. Like maybe this big room, right?
Like leave him here and then
Yeah.
check what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I'm gonna find a pretty low profile place for Harvard to sit. If there's like someplace high up or like behind something a little bit where he can get a good vantage point but not be like super obviously seen, I'll just leave him here.
Okay.
And where do we want to look around?
Let's just pop in the different floors.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it's class time. Everyone's in class and we can leave.
Let's head to the classes first. Maybe that'll explain it.
The lecture hall we were at yesterday.
Yeah, let's
Mhm.
head to the lecture hall.
Okay. On the fourth floor, you find that it's a large wraparound, a dozen auditorium rooms, and one path ends in the stairs that lead directly up to the fifth floor, and or down. It's the self-contained hallway, whereas the other end of the large horseshoe leads back to the main entry hall. You duck into each auditorium and find nothing. No one's there.
What do you say we check floor by floor?
Yeah, so we don't really have places like this where I'm from. Is this normal?
I mean, it's normal for a city, and
I
only
mean-
like really big cities have this kind of place.
I mean, like the part where there's no people here.
Oh, that. Yeah, this isn't normal.
Okay.
I mean, some places would close overnight, but it doesn't seem like this happened rather suddenly.
You make your way down to the third floor, and it seems, again, horseshoe shaped. It seems the fifth floor was the only one you've seen that's been a hallway. And it's a bunch of smaller rooms, each with tables set up, large vats in the corner, and walls filled with different tools, ranging from large saws and drills down to smaller, fine instruments, some ending in blades, and seems like laboratories of different sorts.
No one.
No one in any of them.
Can I quickly look at the tools and see if I can find something that would constitute like a lockpick for future use?
You find a thin, spindly tool. Yes.
Can I like close my eyes and put my hand on the table or whatever and then check in with Harvey real quick?
So you're going to see through Harvey's eyes?
If I can do that from this distance. I don't really know how familiar
Yeah,
rules
you
work.
can.
Okay.
I think it's within a mile. We can double check later, but it's
Okay.
either 500 feet or a mile. Either way, you're within that radius. So As you throw your senses into Harvey, you hear this jangling, like a chain. Looking around, peering through Harvey's eyes, there's a figure standing at the entryway. No, floating. Hovering just off the ground, a spectral figure, robes billowing out under it. It's wrapped in these large golden chains that just jangle all around it. And withered white hands with prolonged digits are the only bit of skin you can see poking out from its large robed
This is spooky.
body.
Merry Christmas. It's the guy from the thing.
What?
The guy from A Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah.
So Harlan's eyes are still closed, and they look pretty zoned out, and they go, "We have to leave.
Why?
Like now."
Why?
And they open their eyes, and then they...
I'm like showing Remora the tool I got. Like,
The
yeah, next
last
time I
thing
could,
you
like,
see
put this-
before your eyes open, you see the hand come up. And then you open your eyes.
Does it gesture towards my bird?
Oh my god. What did you
So
see?
yeah, I figured I could put this in like, the door. and-
Actually, I'm just gonna, and I cast, Minor Illusion, and it's like a pocket-sized version of it,
Mhm.
and I'm trying so hard to avoid it being cute, but it is kind of small, and it's got like an animation loop where it's like lifting its arm
Also
a little
the-
bit, and
also
then it
the-
goes back down and comes back up.
It's a
The
boomerang.
hand motion you just made was maybe a foot and a half, and then you said pocket size. So how big are your pockets?
Harlan's got big pockets. You've seen their
Okay.
flowy pants.
Okay.
Should we?
This is in the entryway.
What
Oh.
if that's what killed him?
I'm
What if it's
fairly sure
killed
that is the case.
everyone?
Oh my god.
Are we going to run or are we going to confront it?
We are going to leave.
Oh,
We're
okay.
going to confront it.
We are going to leave.
Mm,
If
is
we
there
can
another
avoid...
way out?
So you know the main entryway, and you know that on the 4th floor there is that glass walkway to the library.
So for our own comfort, we are going to leave the people here to potentially die
No one is here.
that we know of, that we found in the 15 minutes we've been searching.
She has a point. If we defeat whatever this is, maybe we can clear the mystery.
It seems to be a little bit above our pay grade.
If it is, then we can run. But I say we try.
I say we do not.
Well, regardless, we have to get off this floor if we want to leave.
To the 4th floor where we can leave the library.
Can we get to the 4th floor from the 3rd floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the interior stairwell as well
Okay.
as the large stairs that lead to the higher portion of the 1st floor, and then each of the
Let's
4 higher floors.
try to be as quiet as we can
Yeah.
and just go upstairs. We'll try to get a vantage and see what's happening, and then we can just leave.
Or we could just leave. I've seen what's happening, and it's scary, and I think we should go find some fantasy cops.
Yeah, that's true. Right, I will lead the way. You guys follow behind. Try to be quiet.
Sort out.
Sort out.
Okay, so you make your way up to the 4th floor and then cross into the library.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait. Sorry.
We're like,
I
we
mean,
act
change.
like there's no way for us to be like, that's not what we want to do. We're all just like, oh.
Wait, did the plan change? I was already.
Oh,
That
wait,
was Harlan's
when
plan.
we got back to the main room, I was
So
gonna,
your
like, kinda
favorite
look
is-
around.
No, because again, it's not. It's 2 different paths.
It's not okay.
From the horseshoe, you're either going to the interior stairwell,
Okay.
which leads directly up to the 4th floor, or to the main stairwell that leads out into the main entry hall. You can do whatever you want.
We need to confront.
No.
For all we know, this is the Guardian that oversees the university.
But if it's not...
Then we save people.
If it is, then we're in the clear and nothing is wrong, and we don't want to get killed, so we should leave. If it is not, we can take this information that we've gained and give it to GD and the Azorius, and they will handle it.
Nothing risked, nothing gained.
That's fake. That's not even a thing. It's a logical fallacy.
What's a logical
What are you
fallacy?
talking about? What are the words that you're saying right now? My intelligence is +0.
I think the only way we're going to find a way out of our predicaments, our grand
We cannot
predicaments,
just run from
is
everything.
by confronting it.
We can definitely run from everything.
We can't run
Then you'll never make it home.
from this world.
I'm going.
Good, then we're on the same page. Let's go home.
I'll start heading to the place that takes me down to wherever the spectral figure
I'm
is.
following
But
her.
stealthy. I'm not just like running
I'm
in like a
following
crazy
her
person.
stealthy as well.
Give me a stealth check.
I'm going as well.
Knew he'd get you to it.
I'm gonna follow like 20 feet behind though.
15.
15.
Hey.
17.
Why are you the sneakiest?
Rogue.
So you open the doors to the main hall, and you can see Harlan's bird just floating it kind of in the middle of the chamber, flapping its wings. And there's this spectral figure that Harlan described standing just in the entryway.
It hasn't moved.
You said it was raising its hand.
It's not raising its hands now, but it does raise its head as you appear there. Seems to take immediate notice of you as you open the door. Like you open it slowly, peeking around the corner, and just immediately the head goes up, looking your direction, but still just cloaked in darkness under the hood. And then slowly, one of these odd, withered hands comes up and waves.
Who are you?
And then the figure turns, exits, and turns left,
We have to go.
floating along.
We have to go.
Follow it.
Uh-huh.
I have my sword out and ready, but I will lead the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of hurry along.
Harlan, you see them like both peeking out through the open door. You're hanging back 20 feet, you said, and then they both start to go.
Come on, Harlan.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself and go.
Okay. So you get to the bottom of the stairs. Harlan, I assume your bird rejoined you.
Yes. If we're gonna pass him.
And you now stand in the middle of the Great Hall.
I'm following.
Follow the way it
yeah,
went.
I'm following the thing.
You exit and you can see again, you're kind of on this outer loop at Prism University, and down to your left starts an alleyway, and you can see the figure between tall buildings that stretch so high they blot out any sunlight that would be remaining. And the hand comes up again and waves you, and it turns and moves down that passageway.
I'll continue to follow. While I'm following, do I see people on the street?
No one nearby. There are people along the path south of where you currently are, seemingly heading towards a lot of the residential area that's that way, but no one the other way of the path, the way that the figure has moved.
I'm gonna run up to the corner that it turned at, and just kind of peek around and see what I see before I go running after it.
I'm still hoping to stealth a little bit if I can. If it hasn't already seen me.
So, you follow it to the corner, peek around, and you can see it just continuing to move down, and you can see actually some rubble behind. You can see an area that looks like collapsed buildings. You see the spire of a tower laying sideways across the pathway, and it kind of creates, from what might have at one point been an open area or a cross section, just one path. The rest of it blocked by this collapsed building, and it turns and continues along that path.
I keep following.
Send your bird up above. See if we can get a bird's eye view of maybe where it's heading.
Okay.
Let's follow.
Okay.
I guess I'll like grab onto their arm and kind of like pull them along.
Oh.
If they're gonna look
Aw.
through. What? I'm not just gonna leave you there to die.
Aww.
And while you're yanking Harlan along, I'll take a lead.
Yeah, and I'll watch through my burb.
Burp.
I'll try to keep it like 20 feet above Remora's head.
Oh.
Okay.
And then he poops on her.
That's not. No.
So
it'll
staying
poop on
in
you.
line with Remora.
Unless the mysterious cloaked figure gets out of her like immediate vicinity, like if it starts to like outrun her or whatever, then
It's like
the
turn
bird
out. I'm picturing like we're following it through a maze, and I was like maybe Harvard can like go up And then if you look down, you'll see like, oh, here's like the end point, or like here's the thing that we're all like walking towards.
Yeah, that.
So that would be substantially more than 20 feet. Because
Yeah.
again, buildings across all
Blocking
of
out
Ravnica,
the
but
sun.
especially here, are giant. So
So I would far enough away that I can get sort of a vantage point, but not so far that I can't tell where this figure is, because I mean it seems pretty like dark and spectral, so it might be hard to get an eye on it
okay.
that far out.
So it would get there just before you round up to the corner, Remora. Your bird can see a small area. It looks like more of the buildings back behind this area are collapsed as well, as if some great impact happened here. And you can see in a small clearing with rubble all around it, where the figure has just turned, is what looks like a golden figure. I mean, you're pretty high up in the air now, but some kind of golden humanoid figure, and it stops directly in front of that figure, and then turns left again, and moves through the building that's right there, leaving just the golden figure there.
What does the figure look like?
So as you round the corner, you will see it more clearly. As you see...
Whoa. He looks spooky.
The building that it phased into is the one that's to the left of where the figure's facing? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like it had essentially taken 3 left turns. So like it had led you around this corner, turned this
Leading
corner.
us straight to the figure.
Even the bird was able to see it, but even before Remora is able to run this corner, because it essentially just turned and then disappeared into
Is there a
this.
door to that building?
What are the
Not on the side that you are on.
green things?
So, Remora, as you round the corner, you see this figure standing in armor fully gold-plated, including the sword that it holds at its side. And there's all of these tombstones with statues that appear to be growing out of them. These gray figures, all with a golden mask atop their head and tiny wings on their back. These gray figures. But the gold is real, it looks like. It shimmers in the light, as well as the armor of the individual in front of you. And there's just rubble from collapsed buildings all around. I mean, you've seen wreckage in Ravnica before from conflict. With the place where you first arrived, there were some demolished buildings, but this is so complete and so it looks uncleared away, as if it is a more recent destruction.
Is this a statue or is it a person?
The person in the gold armor is moving slightly, the sword wavering slightly in their hand as they just face directly at you as you round the corner.
I'm waving the guys up. Come on, back me up here.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll
I'm gonna
go.
hide around the corner.
I'll
letting you
like
run.
go out and around to be level with Remora, but in front of it.
Okay, and Harlan, did you say you wanted to stay kind of behind the building?
Yeah, I want to stay hidden if I can.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. The figure gestures towards you with its hand that's not holding a blade, and you see a chain drop out of nowhere from its hand as it grabs it, and a small little lantern dangles from the bottom, smoke coming off of it. Also plated in gold.
Of course. Is it just standing there with that?
Mm-hmm.
Raven?
I like have my sword up in like defensive position, just like waiting.
He's not gonna do anything.
Say something.
Hello?
Swings the lantern back and forth, smoke continuing to kind of pour off of it. And then it drops, and it just hits the floor with a clang.
Mm-hmm.
And then he begins to move forward with his sword. And you see the figures on the gravestones begin to move. Their bodies not like stone, almost more like jelly or rubber as it shifts and folds over itself. Can I get everyone to roll initiative for me?
Weird, but okay. 13.
you we should run.
13.
We can still run.
We should run right now. But look what's going to happen.
It's okay, the die was put in prison. We will be
I
fine.
rolled a natural 1, so my initiative is 4.
So,
Oh no.
the figure in golden armor charges towards you, Raven, and swings at you this golden long sword that it gets a 7 to hit you with. Well, that's unfortunate. But then the figures off of the tombstones begin to move and fly towards you, flapping these grotesque little wings to propel their large, squishy-looking bodies. Gray flesh just seems to bubble over, and they don't look quite humanoid. Their legs are too short, their arms are too large, grotesque puppetry of what would be human. A couple of them fly over higher to get near Remora. So, Raven, 2 of them are going to strike at you. I got a 13 and a 17 to hit you.
17 hits.
17 hits? Okay. So I need you to take 6 points of slashing damage as one of them just reaches out and claws into you. The other one barely missing as you duck out of the way, but it just rakes its gnarled black nails against your body and scrapes back. Remora, a 14 or a 13.
Nope.
Okay, in that case, that brings us to you, Remora, as you dodge out of the way of 2 of them that just come flying towards you, reaching their limbs seeming to elongate and bend in odd ways, almost as if there's no bones, or at least not bones of a creature you'd be familiar with inside.
Okay. I am going to cast Shatter.
Okay.
It's a 10-foot radius starting here, catching these 2.
I believe it has to be a point you can see, and that is
Okay.
inside of a building.
Okay, I'm going to cast it right here then.
Okay.
And try to catch all 3 of these.
Yep, that's perfectly fine.
So that'll be a con save.
15, 21, 6.
Okay, the 6 fails it. Oof. Okay. I'm going to use my divine, what is it called? Channel Divinity, and maximize my damage.
I think that's before
I
you
roll. Okay, that's fine. That is a 7 damage, and halved for the successes.
Okay. So,
Womp. Womp.
as Raven, you see just a bang of thunder behind these creatures, and you see them like recoil back. It's loud, but doesn't affect you. But the guard leans forward, kind of thrown off. That brings us, I believe, to Harlan.
Yay. The guy who is like a guy, like in the armor or whatever, does he seem to be a person or like a suit of animated armor or something like that?
It moves the way a person in armor you would expect to move.
Do I see any flesh of any sort?
The armor fully covers, full gauntlets to greaves to helmet.
I'm gonna do a thing. And it's gonna fail.
Do a thing.
I'm gonna cast blindness on it,
Oh.
so it has to make a Constitution saving throw. But if it's like immune to blindness, then
What kind of save?
Constitution 13.
11. Okay, so it has failed.
Yay! And Harlan is going to step.
Is that a concentration spell?
It is not.
Oh, wow.
And Harlan is gonna step back 10 feet.
Typical Harlan.
It's 1 minute. At the end of each of its turn, it can make a new
And you said 10 feet?
Yes.
So there. Perfect. As you step back, you see a hand reach out for you.
No!
Out of the building.
No!
No, come on!
I told you guys we should run!
Save
Perfectly
everyone.
Done. Perfectly done.
Reaching for you. It got a 19 to touch you. With its
I got a
You're a
19 to
wizard.
It touches me, yes.
Okay. I need you, for me, to take 5 points of necrotic damage.
That's like all your hit points almost.
It's like all my hit points, but I'm fine.
Really?
I'm
They're at 9.
I'm at less than half right now.
Oh, man.
Because Raven caused an explosion earlier.
After which, Raven, it's your turn. Harlan, this thing has just come out and touched you, and you can feel this life-draining energy just wreck your body.
Is it a free action to go, ah!
Yes.
Ah! That's my reaction.
So, Raven, what would you like to do? as you've got some people around you.
Okay, first I will take a slash at one of the littler guys around me.
Okay.
Natural 17. Plus, yeah, okay. I'm gonna use a superiority die. So as I slash into this winged weird gargoyle thing, I'll turn and see you get the necrotic damage on you, and I'll just say, hold on, I got it.
Do you have catchphrases written down?
Oh no.
Badass one-liners for combat, page 1.
I'll say, Harold, run! I have a list of names that are not your name that I can call you. Say, Harold, run, and I'm using maneuvering attack, right? So I can choose a friendly creature who can see or hear me. That creature can use its reaction to move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
I would love
Oh, it has to be the target of my attack. Never mind.
That was still really cool.
I tried. 1d6. Ooh, 9 slashing damage.
As you turn, you see everything that's going on, and you just swing with your blade and chop the wings off this creature, sending it plummeting into the ground. It hits and just melts into a puddle of this gooey flesh material. Its golden mask just bouncing and ricocheting off the cobblestone.
Alright.
Bonus action, I'll just scream as loud as I can, hoping to maybe attract some of the many cops that I know are in the city.
Where my narcs at?
Okay.
Nars!
Bringing us back to the top of the initiative order.
Uh-oh.
So now, Raven, the armored individual is going to swing at you once again, this golden blade just reaching out for you as you had completed your swing. Oh my goodness.
Is that a crit?
I rolled a 19 and a 20. So
Damn it!
it's-
I'm dead.
So it's not going to crit because disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
The 19.
I may still die, but you probably saved my life.
I helped a little.
So
For
I
once in my
need you to take 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
As this golden blade just digs across you.
And it gets another con save at the end of its turn.
Woohoo.
Hoo-hoo.
Cool. After which, the
Cool.
winged creatures are going to kind of circle around you, Remora, a little bit, and still just continue to try to claw into you, the two that tried last time. A 16 and a 10.
16 will hit. And I'm gonna need that one to make a dex save.
6.
Nope.
I need you to take 4 points of slashing damage as it just again rakes its claws across you.
Ouch.
How come it did a billion to me?
6 lightning damage.
Listen, dice can be rough.
I'm level 3. I'm not a tank yet.
You're our tank.
Buddy.
So as it just claws into you, you can feel it convulse back as electricity runs down its claws just off of you and just pulling itself back. Electricity kind of dances across its face plate a little bit and seems actually to be somewhat disperse as it does so,
Okay.
but the creature still recoils in pain. There was one still attacking Raven. It got a 14 to hit you.
No.
Okay. As they just continue to claw and whirl about in the air, their limbs kind of dangling more so from their bulbous body, almost frog-like in the way that it kind of ripples out from their chest back to where their legs are. Remora.
If I cast Thunderclap with it has a 5-foot radius, would it hit the 2 enemies and not Raven? Within
Yes, it
5
would.
feet of me. Okay. Yeah, so I need both of them to make a con save.
9. 18.
Okay, so that's 3, and then
What type of damage?
thunder.
Okay, again, it seems to ripple across their face plate and disperse somewhat, but still recoils back in pain.
Then I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Harlan.
Okay.
Ow!
Oh.
6 health.
Thank you.
Harlan, that brings us to your turn.
You were encouraged.
Harlan's gonna do what they always do when they're backed into a corner.
Oh no.
And
Probably spray.
they are going to yank their arm back from this thing and like frantically like look down at their hand and like do like a little symbol really quick and like draw it really messily and cast magic missile.
Okay.
And it is going to take
Ooh.
10 damage.
Nice.
The figure disperses in front of you, the chains dropping to the ground and clattering against the cobblestone.
You did it.
Oh,
Everything I touched
never put out that
Aw,
little dude.
man.
Is Harlan under the impression that they got him or that it just disappeared?
As like each bolt hits, little bits of the figure fade away, so the figure seems entirely vanished.
Okay, I feel good. I feel good about that.
Bam.
Bringing us to Raven.
Okay.
Just wizard things.
I'm going to use the superiority die for fainting attack. So I'm going to like act like I'm gonna hit the little gargoyle thing, like lunge to the side, but then like really quickly like spin the opposite direction and try and hit the armor guy.
Okay.
Take the 12. It still might not hit. 17.
That will just barely hit.
Oh, thank God. Okay. So I do the 1d6. Oh my God. Fuck yeah. 9 slashing, but then I also add the superiority die.
Yep.
So that's a d8.
Yep.
Wow.
I think we should get a barbarian in the party so that
Which
like,
is
every time
6
Raven does
more.
something really cool, they're like, what to show
6
off.
more, so I think that's 15 damage.
Okay.
Right, 6, 9.
Yep.
Plus 6.
As you go to swing, you swing your blade high and then duck the blade underneath odd creature and into the side of the person in golden armor, or at least that's where you're aiming to hit. As the winged creature you're swinging around jumps down, just letting itself fall out of the air into the way, into the path of your blade, and you slice it in half out of the air, but it takes the full impact out of your
I mean,
swing.
from my vantage, it looked like you were trying to hit that guy, right?
I guess you guys, I'm like, that's not what I fucking wanted, but you guys are like,
Good job!
And then that ends your turn, right?
yeah.
Okay, that brings us back to the top. The armored individual is going to swing at you once more.
Free action, I scream again.
Oh, okay. Noted.
He got a 6 to hit you. With
Thank
his
God.
disadvantage.
Poor guy.
Because I have 10
MVP? Look at you go.
This is the only time I've been useful ever.
Move right there to position itself in the middle of you two.
Hey now.
And they're both seeing what just transpired, going to turn on Raven and swing.
Oh no.
Just trying to claw at your flesh. A 9 and an 18.
18.
I need you to take 8 points of bludgeoning. No, wait. I rolled the wrong dice.
I was like, cool.
That's fine.
8 points.
Okay, cool.
Oh, man.
Raven does not look okay.
So they're both just turning, seeing that you were swinging on the armored individual, and just reach out and start clawing at you. One of them catches you across your back and just rakes these long, dark fingers. And you can feel like the fingers, as they rake across, pulling at them with an unnatural strength, but jiggling as they do so, like there's nothing holding those fingers really in place. Just this gross facsimile of life.
You just ate Joey.
And that brings us to Remora's turn.
Alright, another healing word.
Cleric.
6 health. Same roll.
Oh, good.
And then I'm going to attack the ones directly between the two of us with my sword.
Okay.
I haven't attacked with the sword in a while. How did I do that? Okay. 15?
15 will hit. Whew.
Alright.
This one's taking some damages.
Ooh, max damage. 10.
Okay. You just bring your sword across. It was turned fully away from you, and you're just able to easily swing across, dissecting it essentially along its shoulder bone, or at least where one would be, cutting underneath the wing and just slicing it all the way across its back.
Nice.
Harlan.
So she did not kill that thing.
Yes.
She did?
There's
the
one.
gargoyle.
There's one gargoyle and one armored person.
Who seems to still be blind.
I'm gonna take my little thing and hold it up to my finger, do a little finger gun, and then like pull back my like rock like I'm doing like a rubber band gun, and I'm gonna shoot a ray of frost.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
At the gargoyle.
Okay, you will have to move up a little bit to be able to see it.
Fine.
It's around that corner.
Out of
I hate
character.
it. No. In character. 23 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Oh. Joey, don't even worry. It dies instantly. 1 damage.
It stays standing. This one's taking damage.
But
3
its
different
speed is
times,
reduced
but
by
it's
10
still
feet. And then I take another step back.
Just a drive-by, just you run up, duck forward, let loose this ray of frost. Before you even see the glistening of the cold make its way through the air, you just immediately start to move.
And I'm like, why is my hair snowy? What happened?
Your hair's like always like a little wet, so it just like gets like
Icy.
kind of like crystally.
Yeah.
Bringing us to Raven.
Do the thing.
I'm gonna do kind of like the same. Like I'm gonna use fainting attack again. Maybe this time this motherfucker won't get on the wire. I don't know. Maybe yeah. I'm gonna go at it and like really try and convince it that I'm coming for it. And then at the very last second, like bring my blade down like kind of behind me and try and hit the dude. 16.
As the other one now drops out of the air and just one heavy beat of its tiny wings propels itself in front of the body. You strike it and most likely kill it, but roll damage anyway. Just in case.
7. 8.
Oh my.
As it just gets in the way and blood splatters all over both you and this armored figure. This dark purpley blood that just essentially drips off of you as ooze a moment later. Which, I believe, brings us back to the top where the figure continues to just swing wildly at you.
Excellent.
So...
Is this like you're gonna kill me? Or like I rolled really bad?
A 20 hits you. It's the second non-critical due to disadvantage. For 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay, I'm still alive,
As the
everyone.
golden blade just catches you and slices. You feel it as it barely scrapes past you.
Con save.
Ah, yes.
I mean, or not. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But
He doesn't want to.
okay.
Bringing us to Remora.
Alright, I'm gonna get in there and swipe a sword at him. 16?
16 is going to hit.
Oh, okay, good. 3 damage.
It's a game of small numbers today.
I know.
Harlan, we come to your turn. What would you like to do?
Just like a question: do I get advantage on an attack, a ranged attack, using the Ray of Frost?
It is a spell attack, and all attacks against have advantage, so yes.
Got him. Okay, I'm gonna hit him. Yeah, I hit him. It's a 24, and then he takes a hot 1 damage.
Oh my
Hey
God.
baby, I
It's
think
a cold
maybe
1 damage actually.
let me just
Yeah, that die is canceled.
As you just point, are you gonna then back up again? Just
Do I have to come forward to hit him?
no.
Okay, I'll take 5 steps backward just for the principle of the matter.
Just be consistent.
After which, Raven, you can just see now none of these flying creatures remain. You see this bit of its armor starting to freeze and crystal over.
1 square inch of it.
I like to imagine that my vision is like, you know, in video games when you're like almost dead and like the vision is like and like kind of blurry on the edge and everything's a little red. Like this is what I see but through that lens. Okay, advantage against him?
Yes.
Okay, I'm finally gonna look around. None of these fuckers are left. And I'm going to just try and slash him like in the chin right here.
Okay.
18?
18 will hit.
Okay. I'm gonna do another severity die. And I'm gonna try and do a trip attack.
Okay.
But let me roll damage.
What kind of save is it?
It is a strength save, which is probably high. Well, that sucked. 4.
We should all just switch dice.
5 damage.
Wow.
So you swing your blade, bringing it up under the armored individual while giving enough momentum to try to push them down to the ground.
Yeah.
And as you do so, they do collapse and stop moving.
I killed.
Oh.
I'm like, I tripped. Oh, he's dead.
she sounds so disappointed that he's dead.
Hey, I'm almost dead too.
What the hell was that?
Oh yeah, can I hold on to, like, you know, my back, which is like profusely kind of bleeding, and my side, and walk over and check out the body of, let's look at his body first. Take off his helmet.
Make an investigation check for me.
Hot.
4.
My dice jail isn't big enough.
Your dice jail is full. You need a dice prison.
You find the mechanism to release the helmet, and it seems difficult to maneuver, but you're able to kind of unlatch it. As you lift it, you see a bit of beard, an amber red, start to come through, and then as you pull it up, the figure lurches forward, and the helmet shoots off, and you see this grisly face, large poofy cheeks, veins of black showing through, eyes entirely blackened.
What?
And look out for me! And not from the figure, but you see appearing out of nowhere just above a small winged humanoid appear and jab a very tiny dagger into its head.
What?
As it has bolted up. And
What
then
the fuck?
What is happening?
and then it collapses back down. Whee!
What?
I like take my, I think I'm dead. I think I died. What's going on?
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Remo! And you see her now fluttering up wings, this kind of dark blue.
My favorite NPC so far.
And
Yeah, this
she
is
has this
interesting.
paint across her face, painting a dark blue line around her eyes, almost like a mask, if you want to think of it like that, but painted on, rippled at the left and right side. Like one, almost like you had taken a paintbrush and just done one long streak.
I appreciate you finishing off this creature. How did you know to do that?
Well, I was waiting for just the right moment when my help was needed. I was gonna kill that spirit earlier, but then it just vanished. So then I decided, well, I'll wait and see if a better opportunity presents itself.
It didn't vanish. I killed it with my magics.
Ah, that explains it then.
Oh, pleased to meet you, by the way, Harlan.
Ah, Wemo! And holds out a little hand and just like places, it's like fully grabs a hold of one of your fingers, and it's still not able to like even fully cover one side. This is a very small creature. You'd say maybe 3 inches tall in total.
Katie loves it so much. And
You love every small female. You can't just be like this.
Kill Raven so I can make a new character who loves Weemo.
Well, no, I
Remo.
appreciate your help, but why are you here?
Well, I heard the sounds of combat and thought I'd fly over and see if there's anything I could help with.
Do you live around here?
No, but I hang out around here.
Why?
Well, there's a tavern that I love just down the street.
Well, I believe we owe you a
What-
drink.
What are you?
Hmm?
What are you?
I said my name's Wemo.
Raven.
I've never seen someone like that before.
Wemo, what were we fighting?
Well, it looks like one of the Orzov's death knights and some of their thrall companions.
Why were we?
And likely an indentured spirit given the chains.
Why were we led here though? Why would they come after us? We've never even met anyone from that
Do you
guild.
do you owe a debt to the bank? They like to collect in odd ways.
Oh no, do we? Do we? Have we paid our? Do we have bills?
No.
Have we paid our?
Joey,
Well,
did
now
you
we
make us
know
pay
not
bills?
to
This is
follow
fantasy.
a random ghost.
Well, I told you not to follow Ren. Maybe we should talk about this over drinks.
Are these attacks common? Like, would you say what happened yesterday?
I mean, I don't know how the banker priests do their work. I assume that for the most part, they just collect all the time. That's what the general consensus seems to be amongst the poor.
What if that's what killed Darda?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is there any kind of way we can look at the records of whose debts have been collected like this?
They keep litigious record at the bank, that's for sure.
Okay, maybe we can go.
I would like, before we leave, I would like to collect all of the gold masks.
I was about to say that.
I said it first. We'll share.
Okay, how many are there?
So there are 4 of these gold discs.
Take that. How does this like gold plated armor feel? Is any of it like light enough for me to be able to
It
wear?
feels very heavy.
Okie dokie. Artichoke.
How about the sword?
It feels like a bit of a heavy longsword.
Do I feel like I could use it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take it.
So I have
Write it down.
gold discs. 2 and you have 2.
See, this
Thank you.
is an appropriate time to steal something from someone.
This isn't. It's
Every
really.
time's a good time to steal something from people.
I like this
Especially
person.
times when they're not looking, but sometimes even if they are, because you can just whoof, and Wemo goes invisible.
I clutch my fanny pack.
Wait.
Just kidding, just kidding. If I wanted to steal from you, I would have done it days ago.
Have you been following us, Wemo?
Yeah,
Wait, do you know who we are?
yeah. You're Harlan, and
I mean, yeah.
Raven, Angela, and Remora.
Wait.
How long have you been following us?
Are you the one I saw yesterday around the
That
corner?
was earlier today.
You didn't see me. I'm
That was today?
very sneaky.
That was a human-sized person, I think.
If you've been following us, then did you see who it was?
Oh, after the lab. No, I stayed in the lab.
You wouldn't happen to know a person named Darda, would you?
The professor you met with yesterday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you know what's happened to him?
No, just what Judy told you guys this morning.
Why are you following us?
My boss thought it would be a good idea.
Who's your boss?
Oh.
I'm not supposed to tell people his name. He said you could come meet him, though.
Could you tell us what his affiliation is? Is he part of the guild?
Kinda, but he mostly just does his own stuff.
I can respect that. What do you say we go get a drink? We can talk this over and then decide what we want to do.
All of that sounds like exactly what I want to do.
I like this person.
Is there anything else around the area that is worth taking or looking at?
So in that case, I guess you're like poking around because you've been picking up other stuff. Give me an investigation check.
No, 12.
No, so there's rubble all around and nothing really sticks out to you. The flesh creatures that seem to melt away didn't leave anything behind.
Wemo, tell us who you work for. Why won't you tell us who you work for?
Well, he is very private and he prefers to tell people himself.
I am very private, and yet you know seemingly everything about me since I've been in this place.
That's not true. I never follow into the bathroom. That's Weebo's cousin.
Is the Death Knight's lantern still on the ground?
It is not. You look around after the battle's over. You think maybe it had rolled behind one of the tombstones, but you peek around. That's not appear to be there.
It is spooky.
Spooky.
Okay.
Hey, so every other person I've met in Ravnica, like 50% of the people I've met have wanted to murder me.
Yeah.
So, do I get a vibe from Wemo that they are going to kill me?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. I don't
Is
know
this
if this is
person
going to be
gonna kill me?
particularly like they seem very friendly, but is it like a farce? Sorry. That's a 21.
You get the impression what you were getting right now is unfiltered Wemo.
I love Wemo.
Wemo,
Okay.
have your boss meet us out for a drink. I prefer to meet in public.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we haven't
Do you guys-
backstabbed once or
You
twice.
guys want to go to the bar near here?
Yeah.
Perfect. It's called the Chubby Dryad. It's
Yes.
just kind of on
I love it.
the first lowered shelf.
I don't trust bars that don't have alliteration.
You don't trust anyone. Let's be honest here.
Okay. And lead you to the set of stairs. Like if you were on a bridge over a river, there might be stairs leading down to a walking path there. That's kind of like what these stairs to the different shelves under the street level are like, leading down to where you can see this large subterranean ocean. She just leads you to the first shelf though, so you are actually still ground level with the southern end of the hole, but below street level where the university is. And you come to what is uniquely a one-story building. Most buildings along the shelf are. It's not a very tall area. And it just has a big leaf made out of wood attached over the doorway, maybe 10 feet long. And it says across it in black paint, it looks like just big strokes to paint it on, the Chubby Dryad.
Nice.
It's a
Oh,
fake
man.
bar. It's a drug
Gross.
front.
I wish I was a fun-loving character, so I could
Mhm.
change that
You
into a
made this
couple
choice.
other things.
You made this choice.
I did,
Did this.
and now I'm grumpy, just like Raven.
Perfect. Great character. Alright.
We follow Wingo
go
inside.
in.
Okay. Wemo kind of flutters up to the door. He just kind of looks back at you guys.
Excuse me. I pull it open.
You couldn't do that by okay.
She's little.
Yeah, usually I just wait for other people,
Aw.
or I just find other ways in.
They should
Actually,
have
I'm
a
less
little
good at
Wemo-sized
this.
door.
What?
If Wemo's regular here, they should get a little door for her. Like a cat door.
The inside of the bar is pretty bare. It has booths along the wall to your left and right, but nothing in the center of the room. No tables set out. And a bar dominates the entire wall opposite you, running the full only about 20 feet of the length of this interior space. And there's an elven man dressed in dark green robes, a circlet of jewels arranged like flower petals rest on his head, making his short white hair seem to glow as it catches light from the flickering candles.
He's the only one in there.
Yes, there's no one at any of the booths, and the bar itself, is entirely empty. Behind the bar, there are a dozen levers for different things on tap, all in the shape of flowers of different colors.
This area of town seems pretty dead tonight.
Yeah,
Is it always like this?
well, yeah.
This isn't much like
She
The drinking
flies
spots.
over to the bar.
I'm used to.
I follow her.
What drinking spots are?
As you make your way in, the kind of like landscape of
Country
plains and
vampires.
trees on the wall and kind of the dim flickering light actually somehow makes the room feel even more claustrophobic, as the only light is coming from a candle at either end of the bar. Just a low light dancing across the room.
I'm keeping an eye out for anything suspicious or any sign of like danger while we're in here.
Was everyone going up to the bar?
Sure.
Sure.
I'm going for a drink.
Okay. Wemo turns. Guest first. First timers.
What should I get?
What do you want?
Oh, the guy?
Yeah, the guy behind the bar just kind of turns, and you can see just a different flower on each tap. A rose, a sunflower. Like,
I'll have a tulip.
Fresh out.
turns, holds up a glass. Are you sure?
I don't know!
Uh-oh.
Fail.
Would you not recommend it? God.
and pulls the lever. Liquid fills the cup, hands it back over to you.
Joey, you cannot do that. You have to describe the liquid.
It's frothy.
We know what you
Is it
get.
brown? Is it...
I'm just messing with you guys.
What?
Can I have a tall glass of whatever you please? Please? Oh, Wemo, you and your shenanigans. And he reaches over to a very
Ruby?
nondescript flower, like it's just one central yellow piece with 5 white petals. You wouldn't even know really how to describe it as a flower, whereas each of the others like kind of stands out. Pulls it, and as soon as he does, at the right end of the bar from where you are, the bar itself pops up, and one of the paneling on the front of the bar pops out like a door, revealing a staircase leading down.
I love secret bars.
Before we go, can I have a rose, please?
Solemnly turns around, fills a glass, hands it over.
Thank you.
No problem. It tastes like very bad beer.
It's fine. Have you tried yours yet?
I'm already downstairs.
Oh, okay. I'm going to the stairs.
That's actually perfectly timed because you said you're going down the stairs? And Raven as well, or?
I mean, if they're both gone, I guess she'll go, but...
Okay.
So
In
we're
that
out.
case,
Okay.
as you guys head down the stairs, that's where we'll take our break. Back to the D&D. We left off with you guys heading down the stairs from the Chubby Dryad down into a much more full, but still not that much louder tap room. This one in a domed shape, and matching that shape is a half circle bar. Its diameter about 10 feet, and a portly young man with a mustache so fluffy that the way that it feeds into the hair at his side, you swear you can trace that line all the way across the back of his head. And
That does
I don't
not
like it.
look
I don't like
great.
it.
there
I hate
are
it.
several tables, each with 4 chairs at them, but they're more like stools, except for one of them. One of them in the corner, kind of near where you're entering, has a back to it. But besides that, they're all identically designed and most full of people, but in whispered conversations.
Are they all like spooky?
No, they're mostly humans.
Humans
You-
can be spooky.
Humans are spooky.
I'm sorry, Joey.
Or other humanoid types, features hidden under a hood. But even from some of those, you see some pointed ears sticking out, some blue. And the other thing that catches your attention right away is what's chained to the wall in one corner of the room. You see this skeletal figure. Its face kind of prolonged forward like that of a jackal, and with big ears that point up behind. It's hunched forward, just on spindly bent legs, and its entire skeletal figure is blue. It's adorned in a golden mantle and is holding some curved blade, and it's just there in the corner, almost leaning down on its knees like something ready to pounce, but just still, perfectly still. And it is, as I said, chained to the wall. It looks like it only has a couple of feet of chain that would allow it to come out, nowhere near any of the tables.
Wemo. The
Yeah.
fuck is that?
That is the pet and mascot of the Whispering Faucet. And everyone kind of turns and looks as Wemo shouts out before going back to their quiet conversations.
The pet, you said?
Yeah,
What is it exactly?
the boss collected it after the war. You want to come talk to him?
Yes.
And you can see that the person who was sitting in the corner with the one good chair, the other people from his table have left now, dispersed amongst the other tables. Okay, let's go have a word. And she flutters quickly over to that table, just lands on the table itself.
As we're walking over, I'm just gonna like whisper to her more and be like, honesty is always the best policy, right?
What are you guys talking
I
about?
think so. I think we can be honest with these people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, same page. Truth.
What?
Truth.
And again, we haven't done anything.
Truth what?
We did commit a crime earlier. I didn't say that out loud. I say that very quiet. We did commit a crime.
We didn't. Corrupting Harlan.
Me and you, Ramora.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes.
Truth?
Truth.
I go sit down.
Oh, sorry. I have a visual aid for the creature you saw on the opposite.
Oh.
Ew.
Very cool.
Creepy.
Creepy.
Creepy. Oh my gosh, it looks like an ancient Egyptian, like the dogs.
Like a jackal?
Yes, very much so like that.
It's a dog from Egypt.
A humanoid figure with a jackal-like face.
No, it's a dog
A dog.
from Egypt.
It's a dog from Egypt.
What's that character's name?
Joey.
It's a dog. It's my backup character.
Oh no.
Just so you know, if you
We
kill
have to keep
Raven,
Raven alive.
then this is what you're gonna get.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, so back to the dog.
No.
So, Harlan is gonna walk up to the dog.
No.
The dog.
The dog.
So the opposite corner from where Wemo went?
Oh, is it opposite? I thought it was kind of nearby.
Right, so it's a half circle.
Oh.
Oh, Joey's gonna draw.
That means we're gonna fight.
Not to scale, but it's a half circle. You came downstairs right here. In one corner, there's the chained creature.
Okay.
In the other corner is the table where Wemo has flown over to. There's
That's pretty
a
far
second
away.
half circle inside of it, which is the bar, where you see Mr. Mustache behind it, and there's several tables all throughout.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to go with Wemo.
Me too. Follow the Wemo.
Okay, so you make your way over towards the table, and the gentleman behind it has a bald head. He's dressed in dark robes, seemingly multi-layered and intricate, and this just almost ghostly pale look about him, and an intense glare at all of you as if he's studying you as you approach.
I study
Return the
back.
glare.
Please,
Remora.
please have a seat.
More like that.
I'm smizing at him. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
I
I'll
get
stand.
the feeling that you already know who we are.
I do indeed.
Might you tell us your name then? So we can
My
be
name
more fitting.
is Zofkeldo. Zofkeldo Nelvaros.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Are you speaking
Can
a
I have
different
good
language?
5 minutes to figure out.
Use it in a sentence, please.
I'm a pussy on it.
Zofkeldo Nelvaros is my name.
Can we just compare notes real quick? Let me see. We're all right.
Do we all spell the same
Spelling
way?
is different in all of our hearts.
I like to imagine that this is happening in real time in the game.
Oh yeah, I went to high school with the Zofkeldo. You know, you don't see a lot of
What's
those
high
around here.
school? Anyways,
So
Why-
who
why
are
you-
you? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, why do you are you
Yes.
following us?
I wasn't. I have minions to do that for me.
Okay, but you know my question.
You know what she means.
Yeah, you get it.
You're obviously not an idiot.
Well, a benefactor of mine was interested in you when you first started making waves and gave me your name, so I had a tale put on you to see if you might be the type who could help with the type of work I do.
When did we give you our names?
Hmm?
You said gate. Oh.
A benefactor of mine.
Oh.
Name the benefactor, and what type of work do you do?
I am engaged in all sorts of work, but mostly the retrieval of artifacts that might be of use to me and mine.
And you skipped over the first part of my question.
I did indeed.
I understand that discretion is part of your job here. I understand. You can't tell us his name or their name. But could you tell us perhaps why they were interested in us specifically?
You seem to be a group capable with many disparate skills, and we engage in work that requires a wide range of talents.
Yeah, I don't think that we've really done anything that cool or that great, so I'm having trouble believing your story.
I've heard that the Devkarn have been in chaos for the last several nights after incidents down in the Undercity,
Oh, we did do that, didn't we?
Okay, yeah.
throwing an entire subsection of the swarm into disarray. So,
We didn't do that like on
Effortlessly.
purpose.
We were saving.
which makes it all the more impressive.
We appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, things like when we try to do stuff, it doesn't work out as well as that may have.
And Wemo tells me that the guilds have been problematic for you.
What guild are you part of?
Do you have any other questions?
Wemo said that you were sort of affiliated with a guild. As you said, we've not had great experiences with them. What guild are you a part of?
Not any you've interacted with so far.
That doesn't necessarily mean that you're one that we can trust. I mean, every single person that we've met in Ravnica is either trying to murder us or a policeman.
Yes, but based on questions you were asking this morning, I believe I do know someone who you can trust. Someone who will be able to convince you that the work we do is worthwhile.
Who's that?
Jingle jangle, and just plops a pouch of coin onto the table.
I grab it.
You've been asking for work. No. And he grabs and withdraws the coin. In due time.
What kind of
We're
work?
on after work.
Remora was asking Marie
Okay.
for work. What kind of work are you looking for?
Well, the job I currently have in mind is twofold. One part very easy. The second should be eased out by the first.
Enough riddles. What do you want us to do?
I want you to destroy a building and then journey into the Mississippi district through the underground sea and retrieve an artifact that has been lost and forgotten to the Combine.
So you work with the Combine?
No, I have intel from the Combine, historians amongst the Simic that know or did know of things that went missing when Noviurn was emptied.
Can you just talk plainly, for the love of God? What building are we destroying? What are we retrieving? Who the hell is Noviurn?
Noviurn used to be the center of all activity of the Simic Combine. It was destroyed many years ago. When
It's
it was
numbered 12 up there.
When it was destroyed, all the artifacts and experiments held within were moved to nearby laboratories, warehouses, other facilities the Simic had control of. Over the years, they've shifted around more and more, and intel points to a small lab out in Zonot 2 where an artifact of interest to me resides. The building would close off a path, as many of the speakers have made their way here.
And the small lab, is it inhabited?
I don't believe so, no. My intel shows that it's an abandoned facility where artifacts have been forgotten. Obviously, something that I want being there should be proof enough of that.
Then why should the building be destroyed?
The building here will close off the path out of Zonot 7. Zonot 5 the path collapsed during the Dragon Brawl. If both paths are closed, then there will be no way for them to get back, and all the emissaries who might be there in Zonot 2 won't be. As I said, the first task eases the second.
And how do we go about blowing up a building?
Well, briefly before the war, the Izzet League took several times, had efforts, joint guild efforts to strengthen Ravnica's defenses before the invasion. They all failed and backfired, of course, but one such effort led to the installation of several Mysium power nodes in key strategic locations throughout Ravnica. Of course, in the chaos and fury of war, such things get forgotten about or misplaced. So one of them has come into my possession, as well as several Mysium batteries. I believe that flipping it on, separated from the network and overpowering it, will cause a small explosion, enough to block the path.
So a bomb.
Yes.
So we're killing people for you.
No, the building will be emptied. I have agents who can see to that.
Through murder? Come on.
No. A simple distraction that leads everyone to exit.
And no lives will be lost.
No.
How
Are
can
you
we
certain
trust
of that?
you? Why should we trust you?
Jingle, jingle. It just...
Ooh, good point.
Is it?
I
This
mean-
sounds,
This could be a setup.
and this also sounds at
Do we
least
need-
mildly illegal.
As long as no one's getting hurt. I mean,
Oh, so that's your limit.
I don't think we
Really?
should get
Because
in
no
trouble
one
for
got hurt
murder,
when I
you know?
took this, and
Yeah, but we're wanted for. Maybe we shouldn't talk about this in polite company. Wait, they already know everything. We're wanted for
I do
murder.
indeed.
So I think
We're
that-
not wanted for murder.
and we're being investigated for murder of that guy that you stole
we
from.
were
and
like
I think that was a
cleared
bad
this
plan.
morning.
We were
I
cleared.
think.
I don't. I think stealing his stuff, the dead man's stuff, that we.
GD hasn't had any of her arresters or agents on you for the day since.
Look,
It's Vic-
if we
Cal,
blow up
though-
the building, then GD might
a man
find
is
another
already
reason
dead-
to arrest us.
You can't technically steal his belongings. This
Yeah.
is not there anymore.
That is my hope, yes.
Who are we killing?
We're not.
He just said that's my hope, as though that's what we're doing. We're taking an object from somebody that is.
That might die from not having it. I wasn't listening to what you were saying. I'm sorry.
I was just reiterating my point with him that if somebody's already dead, you can't technically steal their stuff because they're dead, and he said that's my hope. Yes.
Oh, dude.
The item I wish for you to retrieve is known as the Engelbart, named after some inventor. I expect it to be a scroll, plaque, device of some sort that the Simic devised.
The angle bark.
The Engelbart, yes.
From my readings yesterday, do I recognize that name at all?
No, you do not.
It's so smart though.
If your agents are so skilled at, subterfuge, why can't you find someone within your own organization that you won't tell us what it is to do it?
My agents are capable in many ways, but I always like to reach out when I can for those capable in more. From light probing, I've seen, or heard at least, through those who have, that you're very capable in combat. I get the impression...
I literally am still half dead. I'm clinging to life during this conversation.
I get the impression that some of you might have experience getting into places you're not supposed to. And
What makes you think that?
possibly even ability to traverse the undersea.
Yes, what is this undersea you're speaking of?
A great subterranean ocean.
How does one navigate it?
We've acquired use of a boat in Zonot 2
I'm gonna tell the truth, guys. I think we should take this job.
What does this Engelbark do?
I believe that it might be one of the final keys in finding a legendary sword that was present in the defense of the early days of the Guild Pack's establishment.
My concern is that we're aiding in something that's going to lead to greater harm.
Do you believe that to be the case?
Sword is only a tool. Any harm it inflicts is purely the fault of the wielder.
Guns don't kill people. I kill people.
And is your intent Is he gonna use it or is he gonna sell it? Are you going to use it or are you going to sell it?
I have a buyer lined up.
Who is?
Private.
Do you believe that there'll be an owner of this weapon and use it in an unsavory way?
I haven't given that any thought.
Is it like out of historical interest or violence?
I know they aren't one to dirty their hands easily.
God, what the fuck does that... Out of character. What the fuck does that mean?
It means guns don't kill people. That's my concern, that you haven't given it thought. Actions have consequences. We could do this for money, but it may come back and hurt people in the long run.
Yeah,
And that is our responsibility.
I am tempted to take your offer, but I will not work for someone who I do not know who they are.
I've told you my name already.
What is your affiliation?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy. 13?
I really am the most charismatic one. This is a bad campaign.
I am Zof Keldo, and I am a member of an agency of spies, and
So, House Demir.
yes,
Could have just said that.
members of the house prefer a level of secrecy. My name, a reputation means a great deal, but so does secrecy in some things.
I get that, yeah.
I feel like you guys have like a little bit of a brand going. Like, Wemo love the look, but you've got like the blue thing around your eyes, which is like kind of with the logo, you know?
But if I ever don't want anyone to see me, I can just... And then Wemo goes invisible, and then half a second later, pop! I'm still here, by the way. Wow! And then she becomes visible again.
I weirdly really like her.
You know, that could be very useful. Could she come with us on our mission?
Well, I wasn't going to let you know that that was the case, but yes. Wemo, why don't you follow behind again?
I'm not surprised.
Maybe she could take sort of a back seat and then come report back if we're murdered.
Yeah, maybe she can come stab the dead body after we do all the work again.
Yeah, again, yeah.
The body?
But I do
I was
appreciate...
just waiting for my right moment to strike.
No,
and she pulls out her dagger.
How big is the dagger?
Holsters it again. Very tiny.
It's a toothpick.
She probably does
It's
like
pretty much a toothpick.
I appreciate
Half-
your help.
a point of damage for every time she hits. Sneak attack. Roll a d4.
When would this operation take place?
My agent is capable of planting the, well, for lack of a better term, stink device tonight. And by morning, the building will be cleared out. I'll have a carriage sent around to your place on Luff Street to pick you up.
A
so
what?
that you can return
That's
here.
where we live.
What,
Left Street.
what's coming to our house?
A carriage.
What's that?
Oh.
Oh god.
I thought you had forgotten.
And then, assuming everything goes well here tomorrow morning, it'll be able to take you out of the 10th, through the 6th district, and all the way to Miss City.
Actually, this all sounds great. But if you've been keeping an eye on us, I have reason to believe you've been keeping an eye on Irakai as well.
Oh, the
I
bird
found out the bird.
seemed capable, but how should I say?
He
Less
did
likely
kind
to
of die.
agree.
What?
He did kind of die.
Yeah, did...
Like, immediately
Yeah.
when we all got here.
Do you know where he is?
Last I heard from an agent in the field, he had somehow positioned himself within the Senate. Speaking with them yesterday, is sitting in on several council meetings today.
What?
Fuck, he's like the president of the world already?
What are we doing?
Urikai owns Ravnica. We're over here just hanging out.
Well, should we accept his arrangements first?
Oh, 100%.
We accept. We will take parts in your assignment tomorrow.
That is unexpected.
What?
Agreeing to a mission before coin is even discussed. Interesting.
Well, we assume you're a man of honor and you pay as well.
You think he has
I
honor?
will. I do.
Can I... Does he seem legit?
You can make a roll.
Okay. 5?
Seems to be being candid with you.
I'm gonna have to buy new dice.
Oh, why did those things like lead us into an alleyway and try and kill us just now? Do you know why that happened?
The Orzhov? I don't, but they've had turnover within the last year, and it's possible that, or at least from what I've heard, that many deaths were falsely forgiven. Maybe they're trying to take on new ones forcefully. That'd be my best guess.
New management.
So watch out for spooky chain ghosts in the future and don't follow them.
Well...
No, it's my fault. I followed them.
Yes, I would be careful. You live very close to the Scopa.
Do
you know good and well that we don't know what that means. Now you're just being a dick.
I think where's our bank?
Scopa Bank.
Yeah.
It's in that central cluster, number 5.
That's near the promenade, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, we know.
Okay, don't go to the bank.
You act like Raven has had any interest in looking at this map
The loan
ever.
The loan sharks want to kill us.
So... Oh, shit, I had a really good question.
I'm sorry, I'm being really distracting.
You're not,
Shut
you're
up for a couple
fine.
minutes.
You're fine. It was this Viscopa thing. You seem very skilled at evading the police.
That's a lot of.
Do you have any tips?
A lot of them.
There are so many.
Not that we've done anything wrong.
As I said, I'm an acquirer of many fine wares and artifacts, and often some of those prove useful to me in such efforts. We can talk about potentially working some deals if you'd like to study with any of my thought spies after you return from your mission.
Interesting.
That does sound interesting.
I do love to learn.
Can they teach me how to be quicker on my feet? Sneakier?
The assassins have a way of moving across the rooftops that might prove useful to you in some of your endeavors.
I would actually be interested in that.
We call it the hidden thoroughfare of Ravnica.
Mm.
Dancing from rooftop to rooftop late at night.
You think Harlan's up for that?
Harlan is up for that. I am so up for it. I just want to be rogue all the time, ever, forever.
Do you guys have any more questions?
Mm-mm. I'm done, so I'm just gonna walk away. Ask how much money we're making, I say as I walk away.
What she said.
Half now, then half after you complete the second mission. If you choose to walk away after the first, you can keep the funds, but understand that if the first is completed again, the second one should be a breeze. Just a few days of travel, unfortunately. And he pulls out that same small sack that you saw earlier and tosses it on the table.
Well, do we have time to purchase rations and supplies before we left?
Like I said, a carriage will come for you in the morning, and I doubt anyone will even enter the building again tomorrow under fear of whatever's gone off inside, so you'll have the full day.
Oh, what about the stager when we go to the building tomorrow? Should we be afraid of it?
No, again, it's a false alarm.
Okay.
They flair to drive off those who we don't want around. After all, can't have anyone getting hurt now, can we?
And before we go, you've been watching us quite closely,
Yes.
which is fine. You know, I understand. Gotta do what you gotta do. Have you noticed anyone else watching us as well?
Wemo? No, there was that little running earlier today. But, I mean, listen, I was never going to say this while she was here, but I think maybe she was just seeing things. I mean, there's a lot of people in this city. Maybe she just, like, made it up. You know? Just saw someone bend down to tie their shoes or something.
I doubt it.
There's very little I know about Raven, but I'm pretty sure she's not a liar.
Well, no, but... I mean,
You look horrible today.
you spend enough time in the streets, it feels like everyone's looking at you, right?
Sure.
Excellent point.
Shall we bid them farewell?
Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You see Wemo disappear.
Yeah.
Wait, Wemo, are you coming with us? Okay, cool.
You don't have to hide. I mean, we know who you are.
I wonder where Wemo went.
Wow. Amazing.
What did you say?
Wemo's gone.
Well, I kind of liked that. I don't know what it was, but...
Does Harlan know what Wemo is?
You'd all be familiar with tiny winged creatures, sprites, pixies, but none of them match quite with what you see in Wemo. Some a little bit larger, similar to your experience with the goblins of your homeworld and goblins here. You get the idea, but there's definitely this moment of like disparity between the two.
So what now? We're going home? Prepare?
I think so. It's pretty late. And we're all a little worse for wear.
I'm literally almost dead, so
That's already gone home.
could use some rest before we go on a big
And
journey.
You bought a fair amount of rations, right?
Personal rations.
Personally. We might have to do a little shopping in the morning.
Sure.
Okay.
But we will need some coffee, for sure.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to miss when Erica finishes my shawl.
She seems
How long will we be
responsible.
gone?
A few days.
I think about 2 or 3 days each way.
Maybe by the time we get back, somebody will have figured out how to get us home.
Yeah. Maybe we will have figured it out. What?
It's like a week, right?
It's maybe
The better part of it.
the way he described it, it was maybe 2.5 days total travel.
Okay.
So depending on what time you guys head out tomorrow, because you're also doing something here in town tomorrow, assuming you end up going. But that's a discussion for next session.
Yeah.
What are we doing
What are we doing in town?
We gotta blow up the building.
Oh, that's here?
Oh, yeah.
And then we leave for Zonex too? Okay. Okay.
The carriage.
So the thing we're blowing up here is in Novian?
Noviern, as he described it, is no longer there. It's the former guild hall.
Yeah.
Its name.
The carriage will take us there.
So the place we're blowing up, we don't know where it is? The lab?
You know that it's essentially near where you just were,
Yeah.
because he mentioned collapsing the shelf to block passage to the underground sea.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I think we should go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Walk briskly. No blood carnivals.
Okay. You make your way back to the house unimpeded. Is your plan just to immediately turn in, or?
Essentially.
Is it dark?
Yes.
How cloudy is it?
Actually, very little cloud cover.
Raven, can we talk?
Sure.
No pressure. It's fine.
You know I don't
while
like that
they're
very
doing
much,
that,
but
I'm
sure.
gonna examine the sword in my room. The golden sword. And I
Okay. It is made of fine gold, but it is not magical in any way.
Okay.
Do you also want to count the gold?
What?
Do you also want to count the gold?
Yeah, count the fucking money.
They didn't give us any.
He gave you gold.
Yeah! He gave you money.
The first satchel.
We took a...
Oh, I thought we were getting it after we blew up.
No, we got it out.
How much money?
Me and you were like, give me the money! It's like goblin in us.
Oh, he's writing it down because he assumes that Remora is going to lie to us.
Revenge.
I'm writing down because I don't assume Remora will tell you the truth.
Oh, okay. So you're not making any
Reverse.
assumptions.
What's happening between Raven and?
Yeah, when you said that, my heart rate went up 20 points.
You need to get rid of your Fitbit, dude. It's gonna make you paranoid.
I
It's
love
gonna
it
make your
so
heart rate
much.
rise higher. So I'm gonna take you up to the ladder.
I was gonna go up there anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of our place. I wanted to show you something. I was doing some calculations last night, and I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion and sort of try to like calibrate it so like I can show Raven some of the constellations, like a little projection from her perspective, so she can see where certain stars are, and I'll be like, this is orbital body Freya, and this is where my home is over here. I don't know what planet you're from, but
That's really cute. Do I recognize anything, like, from a different perspective, but, like, any of the constellations that I would have seen from my planet?
maybe similar shape, different name.
You'd be so twisted around that not like being someone who studied stars, it's just like entirely too different. Harlan, you do notice something, and this is something you've experienced before, but it kind of like catches you in the middle of one of your demonstrations. One of the like very dim stars that you would have assumed, like from your understanding, just been like a very small star very far away, isn't there. And you are familiar with like as stars shift, they become further away, closer, like all of that. But yeah.
Is the star of any special significance to me?
It was just a part of one of those constellations. So like as you throw up, it a double branched path. So like imagine a Y shape, and then the left branch of that branches again, and then the right half of that branch, that star is missing. But it was just something like as you throw it up, you're like, that one's not there.
I don't say anything to Raven because I'm trying to show off. And then I cast it again. I'm like, this is one you might like, and it's a 4-leaf clover shape. And I'm like, I know you like nature a little bit.
I'll kind of stare at it for a minute, and then, have you heard of Zendikar?
No, I haven't. Is that where you're from?
I thought maybe you could show me where it was.
Maybe if I read a little bit more up on it, I'll be able to.
Can you put that up again for a minute?
Yeah, sure. I'll do it.
Do I have paper?
I have paper. If you didn't have paper, you could just have some of mine.
I want to, I've never drawn before, but I want to try and copy it onto a paper.
Okay. Since they're constellations, it's a lot of straight lines between them. So you're able to pretty much get it down. Essentially, you're making the dots and then connecting them. And then some of the paths are a little bit shorter or more rounded, but it's easy enough to transcribe the basic shapes.
Okay, I'll put it in my pocket. I like knowing that maybe people I left behind are looking at the same thing. We're not so far away.
Same things, different shape. Just a different perspective.
I stopped talking. I'm just gonna stare up at the sky.
Okay. I'm gonna go to bed. Night.
When you guys return to your rooms, you each have little satchels of 150 gold.
Can you tell me the money again? What each one is?
Oh, it's a Xeno.
Xeno.
150 Zeno.
What's the other ones?
Zibs?
Please let me spell it correctly. I'm writing it in pen.
It's pretty phonetic. Z-I-B.
Xeno, Zib. There's no other money?
You have silver 25 zib coins, I believe, as well. But everything you've seen written has been expressed in zibs or xenos. I think maybe you might also have some platinum
I have
pieces.
platinum and I have 15 copper.
Yeah, the copper are zibs.
That's really
I'll make an
confusing.
infographic. I've decided.
Like, think of a zib as a penny and a gold as a dollar, essentially. And then there's a quarter, but it's just 25 zibs because it's 25 cents.
So 25 zib.
And the platinum is like a $10 bill.
1 zib is 10. 1 Xeno is 10 zib.
100.
100 zib.
Yeah,
Sorry.
can you write this up for me?
It's exactly penny to dollar.
Eventually, I go to
If
bed.
it was 10, I would have said dime instead of penny. Like, I purposefully said penny.
I know. I was thinking the right thing, but I wasn't saying the right thing. Hey, before I go to bed, I'm gonna do that spell thing. I'm gonna get that spell. Do I
Oh,
still,
copy
is
it
it still
down.
is it still my beautiful brain?
This is the second day, so yes, you can still transcribe it.
I've got to get rid of my Huel parchment. It's a good thing I forgot to write it down in the first place.
Because you only bought.
Enough for this.
Yeah.
I bought like 50
I was
gold
pretty
pieces.
sure you were gonna buy 100, and then you ended up only buying 50.
Yeah, because I realized I didn't have a lot of money. Guys, this spell is called Conjure Bubbly Bubbles.
I love it.
Also, before bed, I take off my scarf and I'll wash it, but put on my new one. But I'm gonna wash my old one.
Okay.
And then, like, lay it out to dry before I go to bed.
Very cool.
Oh, I would like to dust my whole situation off.
Oh yeah. I'm washing up real good.
Yeah, can I take a bath? We have a bathroom, right? No kitchen, 8 bathrooms.
No worries. We got a quest, boys.
I love
You
this
were
guy.
told that it had been previously lived in by members of the Laboratory of Plasma Dermatology, and that they operated a small shop out of the first floor.
Plasma dermatology.
There's like a lot of jargon in Ravnica.
I'm so happy that we met someone from House Demir because I was gonna ask you about multi-classing maybe as
Ooh.
taking levels in Rogue.
Ooh.
That would be cool because he just said he would help us
Teach me.
train.
I
That'd
know
be really
that's
cool.
so like I was like gonna try and find a way to make that story relevant.
Swashbuckler?
So that gives you a
Plenty
very-
of story relevant. assassin.
yeah, but that gives you a lot of incentive on whatever's to come next time on D&D, because session over.
Aww. Hey, wait, guys, we need to make fun of Zofkelda's name because I don't want to remember it.
Zofka.
Yeah, what's a fun nickname we can give him?
I was thinking Kelso. Joey, were you subtly trying to get us to not trust House Demir by making their bar not have an alliterative name?
Neither of them.
Neither of the names.
Yeah, the foaming.
Don't worry,
It's
we all
either-
have trust issues anyway.
The foaming mug wasn't alliterative.
No, but Joey told me that that was a mistake and that he
Oh.
only does alliterative names.
Either
now.
that or the Whispering Faucet is too good of a name. So,
Whispering Faucet's a very good name.
Are we leveling up?
no.
Motherfucker.
Didn't we level up like
No.
2 sessions ago? What are you guys
Yeah,
talking
trash.
about?
We had a couple fights and we're early levels.